So my name is Jeff Pache, and I'm currently the lead pastor here at Calgary Community Reformed Church. Our church began in 1953 with just a handful of Dutch immigrants who began a weekly Bible study here in Calgary. It grew very quickly, and by 1954, Calgary Reformed Church was established. To date, we have added the word community to our name because, as you will see in a moment, we are a community church in every sense of the word. For decades, our church building really only serviced one congregation, the Calgary Reformed Church. But we're happy to say that we have two additional churches that worship here on a Sunday morning. The first one is a brand new church plant. It's a Mennonite Brethren church led by Pastor Elroy Seneker. They meet right after we do at 11 o'clock, and we typically have a wonderful time of fellowship and coffee before they begin their service. Then a few hours later at 2:30, we have a Korean First Methodist church that also uses our space, and they worship in their own native tongue, and then they typically will enjoy a meal together afterward. Well, one of the beautiful things about living here in the inner city, here in Marda Loop, is that we get to be part of the hustle and bustle of what makes this community really come alive. One of the amazing things that my wife and I have the privilege of is living right next door to the church in a parsonage. And across the street from us is our community association hall. One of the first things that we established was becoming formal members of this community so that we could rub shoulders with community members and businesses alike. And this has really helped us build strong, authentic relationships here in Marda Loop. Well, the first community member we'd like to sort of highlight in our church is a company called Action CrossFit. This is one of my favorite places, close second to the pulpit. Down here, what we've done is we have changed this space. We have configured it for a company that does CrossFit training. About a year and a half ago, Chris McDonald, the owner of Action CrossFit, came to us looking for a space to operate, and much of the real estate around him was just too expensive. So after some discernment and some discussion, we opened our doors to him and to his members that were currently participating with Action CrossFit. And ever since, it's just been wonderful to partner with them. We've done some community cleanups with them, and Marie and I have actually begun coming down here for a workout or two, and it's just been great. A great group of coaches and people. It is its own community in and of itself, and it really fits well with the DNA of our church, and we're so happy to have them here. Another one of our community partners is the Marda Loop Preschool. It came to our attention about a year and a half ago that the Marda Loop Preschool was looking for a new space to teach their young age 3 and 4 children. And as community members, we were able to discern with them and plan with them for a good, significant, meaningful space that they could come and teach their kids. This is a preschool run completely by the parents, and so as such, it's a very close-knit community. We were happy to open our doors to them last fall after they were given a grant to renovate our space down in the basement. And they've now run through a full year cycle for their preschool and looking forward to another year this fall. It's been wonderful getting to know the teachers, the preschool board, and just being able to partner with them where we can. One of the ways in which we were able to serve them well and welcome them into our church building was just through a gift. And so we had some of our older ladies knit them some wool toques for the kids, and we were able to deliver them on one of the first days that they opened last September. So again, just really excited that they're here, excited to get to know the parents of these children, and looking forward to what God has in store through this partnership together. Our last community partner that we want to highlight today is the Marda Loop Business Revitalization Zone. So as a church, what we've been able to do is offer office space to the executive director for the Marda Loop BRZ. It's been wonderful having him here. He looks after and supports all of the businesses in the area. And these businesses really are the pillar of the community. The community itself is characterized heavily by these businesses. And it's been wonderful to rub shoulders with him and his predecessor, Michelle Rhodes, as they support these businesses. We've been able to learn the ebb and flow of the community better. And so hopefully, as time goes on, we will learn how to better partner with these businesses and the BRZ in the future. Well, let's be honest. Bullhorn evangelism doesn't work. and often it reverses the progress we make as faithful missional leaders. One of the reasons why we come alongside community members and our neighbors is so that we can build and develop strong relationships, and this takes time. Our desire is that these relationships become strong enough to withstand the weight of the gospel, a message that we want to declare with genuineness, friendliness, and kindness. Leslie Newbegin, he said it best when he said that spiritual renewal can only occur when local congregations realize that they exist for those who are not members. And this is indeed an instrument, a sign, and a foretaste of God's redeeming grace for the whole of society. And we believe this. So here at the church, we develop disciples inside the walls of the church so that they can indeed go outside and be missional in their own community. This is our desire. And so in doing this, in following this mission that Christ has given us, we desire to be a blessing to the community around us as they have already become a blessing to us. One of the things that we hope to be able to answer with certainty, if someone were to ask us, if your church was to disappear one day, would anybody notice? And my prayer is that they would be able to say, absolutely, it matters that they are here. And so we pray that our testimony here that we've given and some of the highlights that we have given from our church would be an encouragement to you, would be perhaps a challenge for you if you are in a similar context. And in this, we pray for you. And so with that, we thank you and we give thanks to God for all that has been done and all the things He will continue to do in and through us.